Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably noticed the past few weeks that I've been asking for questions on my stories. And that was for this particular video. So today it's a Q&A video. I'm gonna answer all of your questions. There are tons of questions, more than 20, 25, I guess. So the idea here is a lot of questions, but short answers. I don't want this video to be an hour long. Hopefully I will stick with 30 minutes top. A few things. I might during the video check if it's the camera still recording, because I'm gonna be really mad if the camera stop recording. And if I suddenly jump out of the car and go somewhere, it's because I'm waiting for the delivery guy. So no worries, okay? So first of all, thank you all for your questions on Instagram. That was awesome. If you don't follow me on Instagram, maybe you should, because on my stories, well, just like this, I ask for questions, I ask for suggestions for my videos, and I also post a lot of stories, pictures, and it's maybe a little bit more updated than YouTube. So now I got all the questions on my phone. That's why I am on my phone. Where are they? Okay. It's here. Okay. Let's start. So, how is oil consumption? Actually, not bad. How is oil consumption? Actually, I don't have any oil consumption. This is yep, no oil consumption for me. I know Subarus people always make fun of Subarus drinking a lot of oil, but it's not the case with my Forester. So nope. What are your plans? Where are you going in the future? Okay, so if you follow my adventures and what is going on, I should have been to an awesome trip this year for 2020. Right now, I should have been around Russia and explore new places, but sadly, due to the virus thing, this trip is totally cancelled. So now I'm thinking about several things, several plans. First of all, I thought about a series in France. Actually, France have beautiful places and it's full of history as well. So it could be interesting, something maybe more historical related, because we have really old history, but also newer history, like the world wars or stuff like this. So an entire series with different regions of France, that could be nice. Another plan I have in mind would be to go back in Poland, where our first adventure last year stopped. Poland, and go a bit south to Romania, like an Eastern trip. I would love to explore those countries a bit more. And yeah, and I have another thing in mind. I have a lot of things in my mind. Will be to make winter adventure, yeah, in the Eastern countries. So maybe more expedition than adventure. But I don't know. I want to face extreme weather and see how it is. But it's just in my mind. We'll see what happens. Did you install the lift kit yourself, or did maid did it? Thank you. Love the channel. So thank you for your kind words. I really appreciate it. I think what you mean by that, you're you're talking about Made by Made, which is Lloyd from the new Netherlands. No, actually, he didn't do that for me. I got my lift kit from ADF, Anderson Design and Fabrication in the US, and I installed it by myself with my new struts. I did everything at the same time, and did that by myself. And for a 2-inch lift kit, it's actually pretty easy. So I didn't started making videos at this time. It would have been awesome to make how-to videos, but I think there are plenty of how to install a lift kit on YouTube. How do you decide where to go next on adventure? That's a good question, and actually, really, to be honest, this is what I how do you say that? Just I decide to go where I want to go, actually, places I really want to visit. And yeah, the nice thing in Europe is that we have a lot of different countries just right next to our countries, with different cultures, different peoples, sometimes really different nature, landscape, wildlife. So this is very interesting, and yeah, so I just go where places seem interesting. Okay. Cars are my life. What's important to you? Well, actually, I love cars as well. Probably everything with an engine. I really love everything that have an engine, motorbikes, cars, but I think I'm a car enthusiast. I'm not just into four-wheeling or overlanding. I love all kind of cars. My very first car, I turned it into a track day car, so that's totally different from what I'm doing now. But yeah, I love cars as well. Mountain bikes, it's an important part of my life as well. But then, yeah, I think that's it. Being healthy as well, healthy with family in good places. If everything goes well, that's important. I think that everything goes well. How both are you doing? We are okay. We're in quarantine right now together, so that's a good point. Maybe not every time. Just kidding. Lizanne's probably not gonna watch this video, so I can say pretty much what I want, but no, we are together in quarantine. The weather is actually pretty good these days, so it's a bit frustrating because we can't go outside, but we still can go for a walk, and we have a garden to enjoy. So no, honestly, we are very sad and disappointed because our trip, we've been prepared and we've been waiting for a very long time. We put so much effort into it, and it's cancelled like this. And this is really frustrating. But despite that, we are okay, and we are gonna have new plans for the future. Okay, so this one is a French question, so I'm gonna answer it in French and translate it in English for you guys. So, qu'as-tu réalisé comme modif, moteur et échappement from new car? First of all, this is fun because my girlfriend Lizanne is also from New Caledonia, so big up to my New Caledonian followers. And so I'm gonna answer it in French. Honnêtement, niveau moteur et échappement, il n'y a pas de modif, à part si tu prends le schnorkel, parce que du coup j'ai snorkel, in French. Ça a modifié quand même l'admission d'air du véhicule. Peut-être on peut considérer ça comme une modif, mais à part ça, franchement, tout est d'origine. So the question was about engine and exhaust system modification. Another one, out of topic, what Netflix you watch and your recommendation, please. I love questions that are out of topic, actually. Lastly, on Netflix, I watch Shooter with Bubbly Swagger. So this is an action sniper series. I really enjoyed it. So maybe you should watch it. But there was the film Spencer Confidential, I think. It was fun. This is the kind of movies and series I love watching. And right now I'm watching Outer Break. There are a couple of teenagers looking for a gold treasure in an island. This is there's a lot of action and suspense as well. I love it. But that's it. Actually, I don't spend a lot of time on Netflix. But I recently subscribed to Disney Plus for Lizanne, and I might watch a few things on it, especially the National Geographic documentaries, because I really enjoy that. They are very nice quality, so I might look at these too. But that's it. And right now I'm gonna check if the camera is still recording, and looks like it is. Yep. Okay, let's keep going. What all do you keep in the back? So I think this question is, what do I keep on the back of my Forester? Should be that. The thing is, with my my Forester being a full-time overland rig for really long travels, I got pretty much everything on the back. So right now it's empty because I'm not going anywhere, but I have a fridge, I have everything electrical to charge my batteries, I have food, I have water, I have tools, I have spare parts, I have clothes, change of clothes. I have pretty much everything actually, so a lot of stuff on the back. Maybe it's for this reason I still have a saggy bat on the Forester. Too much gear. What brand lift kit and snorkel? Okay, this is the kind of question I get asked a lot, and that's also why I try to make videos about my setup. Detailed video. I've made one about the snorkel, I've made one about my lift kit suspension setup, I've made one about my roof rack setup. Soon I'm gonna make tires and wheels, and I'm gonna actually working on the electrical setup. So when I got question like this, I can send a link to my video because it's way more detailed than the answer I can give, and it's way quicker for me actually because I have a lot of answers, a lot of questions. That's different. Yeah, I have a lot of questions, and sometimes it's difficult for me to answer to everyone. So lift kit from ADF, Anderson Design and Fabrication, and the snorkel I got it on eBay, so it's kind of no name snorkel. Probably Chinese one, but this one is made for Mitsubishi Pajeros, and I had to modify it to fit it to the Forester. Next question, will the person who built your spare tire carrier build for others? I will pay for that. So I don't want to answer at his place, but at the end this is what I'm gonna do. But This is my good friend Robert from the Netherlands, which is have his own thing, Dragon Riders Travel. He's also an Overland member as well, and he just loves building things. He built his entire trailer. We work very well, and we kind of work in the same way, so that's always a pleasure. And if I remember well, he used to build stuff for people and getting paid like a real work, but he stopped doing that because it was too much problems. At the end, he got problems with several peoples, so now he's just working on projects with friends. So I'm pretty sure he won't do something for you even if you pay it, I guess. Next question. What did you use for painting your Subi? I use graffiti spray cans, and this is a very thick paint. Actually, it's not as thick as a bed liner or Raptor liner, but it's still nice, a bit textured, and actually pretty tough. You know, branches and all kind of stuff didn't really scratch it. I'm really happy with that. I love the color as well. It's pretty unique. And yeah, graffiti spray cans. The brand is Montana. It's a Spanish brand, and the exact model is the Montana 94, which is the matte version of this paint. And you should check my Facebook page. I have an entire photo album of the process. Once again, I didn't start my YouTube channel when I did it, but I have photos and I made an album of it on my Facebook page, link down below. What is the answer of all questions? Wow, that's deep. I think the answer of all questions in the world, in the universe, is 42, I guess. But in the Subi world, it's probably gonna be just send it. Do you believe lockdown will end soon? Actually, in France, it should progressively end until the 11th of May. That should be the beginning of the end of the lockdown. So it's almost one more month to wait. But I think after that, big events with larger group of people will still be forbidden. It won't be the same. It will be total freedom, I think. But I will probably gonna be able to go outside and film adventure videos. Please, I hope. I really hope. Will you buy another 4Runner, and what would it be? So my car is not a 4Runner. Oh, maybe you wanted to say another 4-wheel drive. Yeah, I think that's like a 4x4 vehicle. Actually, the two other questions after that are kind of the same. So this one is, will you buy another 4x4, and what would it be? The other one, if you change your car, what's your choice for the next one? And again, if you had to get rid of the Forester, what will be your replacement vehicle? Very good question. Actually, the fun fact is, I'm a bit into Subarus. I know Subarus a bit, but like real 4x4s, 4-wheel drives, I don't really know a lot about this kind of cars. Recently, there was the Jeep Gladiator. I really love how it looks. I think it's still pretty capable, even with a very long wheelbase. But the very long wheelbase is actually something I really love. Looks cool. Maybe it's not efficient as well on four-wheeling, but I really love this rig, and I would love to build one. If not, I will say maybe the old series Land Cruiser. There are nice rigs. I love a Mercedes Oh no, a G-Wagon. I really love a G-Wagon. Yeah, that could be really nice. A G-Wagon from Mercedes, or it's a bit bigger, a Unimog, like the big trucks. Should be. I actually love like big trucks. I know trucks for the US guys are pickup trucks, ute in Australia. I don't know how you call that because it's not a lorry or like 18 wheelers, with a big trailer. So Unimog, I'm pretty sure you know what it is. I love this kind of vehicles, but I think this is too big for almost any kind of adventure. So I would love to get one, but I don't think it's that useful for overlanding in everywhere you want. You are really restricted. Okay, another question. I said I wanted to keep it short answer, but I'm not good at that. Okay, what was your inspiration for buying and modifying your Subaru? When I first looked for an overland platform, I thought about a lot of things, but when I decided to go for SUV, I didn't really know. You had Nissan X-Trail, Toyota RAV4, the Honda CR-V, the Subaru Forester. I also looked at Subaru's Outback and Impreza in wagon version. But my real inspiration was maybe Subaru Off-Road on YouTube. I talk about it in my what I watch on YouTube video. This guy posted video for a very long time, way before I went into the Subaru off-road Subaru scene, and he did incredible stuff with his Forester, and that definitely convinced myself that Subaru was a great platform. And also my good friend Guillaume from the Sub Garage. He also have Subaru's Forester for a very long time, and a few years ago I went with him on an overland off-road show, and there was an off-road terrain to try and test your vehicle, and I went with him in his Forester, and it was pretty incredible. I totally loved it. I see that Forester was pretty capable on certain types of terrain, even more capable than bigger rigs, and at this time I knew Subaru Forester was a very strong option for what I wanted to do. Oh, I think that's the delivery guy. I'm pretty sure. What is he doing? Yeah, that's him. Okay. Awesome. I'm just gonna get my package and I will be back. Just checking if it's still recording. It is. So excited. Awesome. Okay, let's get back to the questions. Sorry, guys. Okay, questions. So, inspiration for my Subaru, I answered that. When we will see you on an epic American road trip? Oh, hopefully soon, but I really want to travel into not only the USA, but all the Americas. I would love to do a trip from Alaska to Ushuaia, like north to south. It will be awesome. But also a lot of states I want to visit in the United States of America. So it's actually also one of my dream. I would love just to send the forester out there and do that. Honestly, I don't know if I will make it one day. If it's definitely not planned. The only problem is actually money. It costs a lot to send the vehicle overseas. That's pretty expensive, and then we have to live on the road for a few months of time. So right now the only problem is actually money. I would love to do that, and hopefully I will make it one day and meet a lot of you guys, because a lot of you are in the US. But I would also love to do that in Australia, and if I had to choose, that's a tough decision. Maybe I will ask Lizanne what she think about, but we both love the US and Australia. It will be a very difficult choice. Maybe I will go to the US first, but I don't know. We'll see. Resetting the camera. Okay, not like this, maybe a bit more like this. Okay, I hope it's nicely framed. Maybe it's too low, I don't know. I'm gonna try to check that. Should be good. I'm gonna be like this. So I'm sure I'm on the frame. So my camera doesn't have this screen that you can pop on the side so you can see what you're filming, and that's pretty tricky. Anyway, let's get back to the question. It's already more than 30 minutes long. I'm gonna make this quick. Will you buy a winch? No, it's not planned right now. I think the engine is just enough for all the weight, so I don't have to add more weight on the car before getting more power. So a new engine probably, and that's it. So no, it's not planned. It will be great actually, because for Instagram pictures and no, just kidding. It's very nice because I often travel solo, and a winch is very good way to get out of a tricky situation when you are solo. I do have my hand winch, but maybe it's a bit more less convenient to use than an actual winch. How often do you change your engine oil? I try to do that between 5,000 and 10,000 kilometers, depending how hard I use the Forester. And yeah, so far so good. I'm gonna translate that I'm gonna convert it in miles for you guys in the US, if I remember it. What is the mileage of your Forester? So the Forester currently have around 18 kilometer to 280,000 kilometers. Once again, converting in miles here right now. What's your story? Wow, that's a pretty large and deep questions. A bit personal as well. My story is actually pretty simple. I'm from France. I went to school, and then I decided to go to the military, serve my country. I did that for 5 years. I was team leader, anti-tank missile shooter. And then during the last years in the military, I decided to travel the world in a different way than in the military, and do a little bit more things for myself. And this is like this, that the idea of traveling popped in my head. And then I put some money some money for this project. I choose the platform I went for. I was thinking about a van, about a truck, about a motorbike, a bicycle. I end up with the Forester. And before going, I met Lizanne, so he changed the plane a little bit, but maybe it makes it even better. And here we are now. YouTube channel. I actually didn't create by myself. It was actually, this channel exists thanks to Lizanne, so you should thank her. It was actually a challenge, a pinky swear we did, and the thing is, she stopped eating candies and I dropped one video a week on YouTube, and this is how the YouTube channel started. So that's pretty fun, and that's why we are here together on the Q&A video today, more than 2 years after that. So thank you, Lizanne. We are all here thanks to her, actually. What's the coolest animal you found on a trip? When I think about it, I didn't see a lot of different animals. In Spain we had lots of big birds, but I think the one I loved the most was reindeers in very northern Europe, above the Arctic Circle, and reindeers are really fun. They don't really care about what's around them. They're everywhere on the road, on the forest. They really don't care. They are fun animals. And we have a memory with Lizanne. We were at a camp spot and we saw just the butt. It was maybe a reindeer, maybe a moose. Actually, I think they are bigger. I don't even know if we have that in Europe. But it was like a moose or a reindeer. We just saw his butt going into the forest, but it was huge, like almost as tall as the Forester, and I would have loved to see that animal entirely, but just his butt was pretty impressive, and that was pretty cool, actually. And we heard a lot wild pigs around the tent at night, but we never saw them, actually. Okay, last question. This is from my best friend, so it's in French. C'est pour quand le prochain camp and ride? So, where, when? So, okay, sometimes it's difficult to translate. For when is the next camp and ride? So if you follow me for a long time, you probably know these videos. I made 3 of them, camp and rides. So I used to go out with the Forester and my mountain bike, go in the forest, ride a few trails, and get back to camp with the Forester and all the Overland setup. And I stopped doing that because it was a really lot of work for the video, and the video didn't work at all. People weren't very interested by that, so I stopped. And so no, sorry, no more camp and ride. So that's it for the question. Actually, the video is more than... I'm gonna check if it's still recording. This is stressing me out. Looks like it is. That's it for the Q&A. Thank you all who ask question on Instagram. If you like this video, just tell me that in the comments section down below, and I will make maybe more of this, especially during this time of quarantine. It's actually pretty refreshing for me as well to do this kind of videos. I don't have to prepare anything. I'm just in front of the camera, directly talking to you. I should do more lives as well, but lives are a bit different. I answer your question, but it takes longer. There's sometimes connection is not that good. So yeah, personally, I really love them. I hope you do, you too. And yeah, that's it. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. It always helps. You can also check my Instagram account for especially the stories, for participating, stuff like this. My Facebook page, there are more information on it. I also have a merch store. If you want a nice ALNSM Overland t-shirt like this one, it's on my merch store, link down below. I also have a Patreon page. I'm actually making exclusive Patreon videos, and I'm working on an exclusive Patreon Q&A. I'm gonna answer more deeply into the question specifically asked from my patrons. And you also have direct answer to your question, because as I said previously, I start to have a lot of questions on every platforms, and it's really difficult to answer them all. So if you're one of my Patreon, obviously I'm gonna answer them as soon as possible before any other questions. And actually being Patreon really helped me on my adventures. So by the way, thank you to all my patrons. You guys are the best. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope it wasn't too long. I really hope you enjoyed it, and see you next week, guys.